And I'm with Jimmy Burke, the national treasure, and we're right outside. So the bombing happened at 133 West 23rd. I was at 208. That's where Gotham Comedy Club is.
800 feet away?
About 800 feet away. If you actually MapQuest it, my wife sent a thing, it's 800 feet away. And boom! Just this crazy, sickening, loud noise. And I turned right to Jimmy and I go, that was a bomb.
Did people start running right away?
Well, I'm right behind the first door, which is made of plastic. So we really felt it. So boom, this huge noise. And we go running outside. I go, that's a bomb. We go running outside. Smoke, you could smell it. And there was just, that quiet before this, just
calm before the storm.
We're like, what the fuck? And there's that confusion. And then I see people running toward me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I said to Jimmy, I go, because your instinct is to go toward it to see what's going on, make sure everybody's okay. But it's so sickening because people got hurt. I thought people died because it was so loud, right? So you get so scared. So before that, they told me I had 4 minutes before I had to get on stage. I run and I go, Jim, let's get back inside because there could be another bomb. Let's go back in. So we go back inside. The guy goes, you're on. I go, there was just a bomb, dude. And they go, no. Yeah, what? I go, I'm telling you, there was a bomb. How did you not hear that? But if you Gotham Comedy Club, you go way in to the show. So you can't hear it.
The crowd's already sitting down?
The crowd's already been listening to 20 minutes of stand-up. Now I come on, hey, everybody, it's me. In my mind, people had just been killed. In my mind, there was a bomb. In my mind, there might be another bomb. In my mind, worse, my cousins were coming to see me.
Dude.
So I didn't know if they were, and Jimmy Burke had just literally biked past that. He had come up from the east side on 23rd Street. So he lives on 27th, where they found a bomb a half block away from him. So it was all very close to home. So I was just kind of off my pins, but you're a pro.
Did you get up there doing your thing?
Got up and I did my thing.
Okay.
But I will admit, I was sorry if you guys were there. I might have been a little rushed. I was a little nervous,
For sure. Well, your mind's a little bit elsewhere.
Yeah, I was depressed. You get very depressed very quickly. It wasn't so much fear. You're afraid, but you just get so depressed that the world is this way, that people get killed over. Fuck. So I was worried on a lot of counts. I get up, I do my stand-up. Crowd was great. I got in 45 minutes in, and the off-duty cop walked up on stage and took the mic out of my hand and said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry. Because you know what I did when he walked up? I knew that it was
Something's
bad.
Going on,
I went, oh no, because they came into the club with machine guns. And because they had to evacuate all the buildings. And the guy was an off-duty cop. Guys, I'm on the job. Let me go get him off the stage. Don't come up, with guns. So he comes up, just took it out of my hand. He goes, ladies and gentlemen, we got to evacuate. We're really sorry. And the first thing I said is I went, oh no, as I saw him walk up.
Yeah.
It's just that awful feeling. It was bad.
Was the crowd calm, or were they like...
No, everybody is calm in those situations. It's funny because nobody knows. They didn't hear it.
They have no idea really.
On. But what they do is they make you make a left. You make a left out the thing. Everybody walks down, but you're always uneasy because where's the next bomb? And they found a bunch of new ones.
5 or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
So anyway, we went down to the meat packing district. I saw my cousins down there. I hung. So
you guys hung out afterwards too.
Yeah, and I was with my two buddies who are special agents because they do protection work for United Nations delegates.
United Nations is in town.
Yeah,
right?
and they were getting all this intel from the FBI, and they were able to tell me some stuff that was going on.
Jesus Christ! So this morning when I woke up and I turned on CNN, I like to get just every detail I can out of it, and I read all the news clippings, all that. They showed the first photo of like wheeling him into the ambulance.
Yeah,
and I thought
with a wounded shoulder.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, yeah, fuck. I was just like, God, I would pay anything just to have a fake. Like a fake EMT, yeah. And like, oh, I'll take it from here, fellas. Thank you. Yeah, no, yeah, you strap them in.
Are you sure
okay.
you're a?
Yeah, okay, I'll go and close this. All right, let's do it. Yeah. And then just look at him like, what's up, man?
Time for a dick punch.
I was like, how you doing? Where'd they shoot you? Oh God, man, thank God you're all right. And then just do some
dig your thumb
shit.
into his.
Yeah. Oh, just YouTube. Check it out. Me pissing on this terrorist here. Yep. Just pissing.
You know what helps
out.
with bullet wounds to the shoulder? It stings real bad. What I'm going to do here is I want you to look me in the eye. I'm going to take my thumb. I'm going to dig it as far into your wound as I possibly can. Right? That'll sting a little bit. And my friend Brendan's going to give you a couple dick punches. Now, listen, he's a professional fighter, so he's going to really lay in there.
I'm going to tie your dick in a knot, sir. Like literally try and tie it like my shoe.
Your pancakes are... Your genitals will be pancaked.
Dude, you got Canelo, young. Was he 24?
Yeah.
He's young.
26.
27. He's 27. You got Canelo. You got Triple G's not that young, but he's 30, in his prime. Yeah. 32. So let's go, man.
Is Triple G only 32? I thought he was 36.
He's actually 34.
Yeah, 34.
Right in the middle, yeah. But he's been fighting forever, so you can't wait too long.
No.
So this is the fight. But you'd think they would learn, man. All right, Triple G. Kell Brook, that was a great fight.
Yeah.
It was a big fight. The thing is Canelo has way more to lose than Triple G. Triple G is not a draw at all in the least bit. He's just not a draw. If he does a pay-per-view against Kell Brooks in the States, I'd love to see the HBO numbers that watch it. That's not good.
What about
Canelo's the huge draw.
Is that a big
not
draw?
A draw. Not a draw.
Isn't that crazy?
Not a draw.
Only among fight fans.
And diehard fight fans. That's a great fight. That's in November. I think we might do a companion for that too.
Well, I can't take it. I'm so excited about that fight. That's going to be crazy.
Triple G, Canelo's the fight, man.
That's the fight.
That's the fight. But again, Canelo has so much more to lose than Triple G.
Are their styles, would you say, similar?
No, not really. I think like Triple G, he can do it all, man. He can do it all, and he goes forward. Canelo does great when guys pressure him go forward. That's why it's such an intriguing fight. It's such a good fight, man.
Free Quinta!
It doesn't matter. What did we talk about before this? Show goes on. You think anyone cares?
You are a cog in a giant wheel.
It's good for him. It's good for him for sticking up for himself. And what's sad is all these guys we mentioned are 100% correct.
It's awful.
It's
awful.
They're all in the right place, and they all have a legit argument. It does not matter.
Yeah, you're dealing with a corporation whose whole deal is bottom line. It's like dealing with a sociopath. It doesn't matter. You are a number, and you have to play according to numbers.
That's the fight game.
Here is the protocol that this corporation wants from you soldier, and you will behave accordingly.
Now,
and
the thing is if you look at this, so you have GSP saying this, you have Quinta saying this, you have other guys saying this. Get together. You guys all have huge influence, especially GSP, especially Quinta. Look at the gym he's out of. Think about
what gym is he out of?
Think about if that gym decided no one's going to fight till Quinta gets paid. Chris Weidman's from his gym.
He's out of the Sarah Longo MMA in New York.
Okay.
Stacked gym.
Stacked.
Super crazy stacked.
A ton of good guys. I'll tell you what you don't do. I'll tell you what you don't do. You don't go silent, and you don't go, that's the game, chalk up to the game. Because for every guy listening to the show, and we have a lot of fighters listen, I promise you, at some point in your career, it's going to happen to you. You're going to be Quinta. Now, Quinta's been out. He's been injured, but he's a fucking monster. And that kid has so much potential, it's not even funny. He could be world champion.
Yeah.
But right now, he's not. And he's coming off a long layoff, so people forget about him. But it's just a dog-eat-dog world because it's like, I'm getting paid, man. I'm good. Are you, though? Because it's going to happen to you. Are you good? Company's worth $4 billion. Are you really good, though? And the other thing about being a smart businessman or being a smart entrepreneur is you learn from your mistakes and you acknowledge your mistakes. I've made a shitload of mistakes.
Yeah.
On the show, marketing-wise, the comments I've made, I've been kicked off shows because of what I believe in. I've made a shitload of mistakes. I'll acknowledge them, I'll man up to them. At what point does Dana White and the UFC go, this Reebok deal's a mistake, man? We really fucked up. They can go, well, we're making money. We don't care. You guys have enough money. You have more money than God. The fighters, man, you made a mistake. Mm-hmm. Let's just chalk it up to it. Let's figure out another way to pay these guys. Maybe we bring in another sponsor that can be on the shorts so they get more money. Maybe they can wear Reebok, but now you have Harley Davidson on the shorts. You have Dodge on the shorts.
Sure.
Those sponsors in the Octagon, who are they paying? Not the fighters.
They're paying the UFC.
They're paying the UFC.
Yeah.
So why don't we put those logos on every fighter? Give them a few grand here and there.
You think?
But why not? It's too easy.
Why again?
But again, there's not one fighter, I promise you, on this earth is going, this Reebok has been great, man. There's even those guys that signed those single deals. Just one part of being a businessman and being a successful businessman, you can listen to anyone you want. They're all going to tell you it's owning up to your mistakes. I promise you, in his heart of hearts, Dana White knows this was a mistake. The Reebok deal is a huge mistake. You got your biggest Canadian influencer signing with Bellator because of the Reebok deal. That's a huge loss, man.
Yeah.
And of course they go, it's nothing. He's just a guy. Right now, he's just a guy. if he's a world champion over there, and the rest of the Canadians see that, and then you start losing talent.
That's right.
It's a snowball effect.
That's right.
But
I gotta tell you,
being a smart person, being a smart entertainer, being a smart businessman, you learn from your mistakes, but you also own it.
Yeah.
Again, I've made a ton of fucking mistakes, man. A ton. I'll own every single one of them. You guys ask me, I'll tell you exactly what
I feel like Bellator is just going hee hee. Scott Coker's like hee hee.
Kind of, but you're not going to see a influence right away. It's going to be
it's
over
going to take some time, but it's in their favor. They've got some very exciting fights over there.
But how long would it go with everyone, including the fans, if Dana held a press conference was like, man, dude, I've been the face of MMA, especially the UFC, for how many years? Yeah. What I've done for the sport is amazing, and this sport isn't where it's at without me today. All that's correct, and we've just sold for $4 billion. Looking at this Reebok deal, I made a mistake. I respect what Reebok's done. They make some tremendous gear, but the pay structure is not what we want, and we're losing guys because of it. We see how upset everyone are. Not to mention the outfits look ridiculous. We're also working on that too. Brendan Schaub helped us out some. So here's the thing.
You threw yourself in there as a designer.
I'm just fucking around.
Presenting the award for best female actress, Bill Cosby.
God, Doug.
What
else you gotta have?
All right.
God damn.
So we'll do one more current event. This one's just, I couldn't not do this. It's just the headline was just entirely too funny. Suspended teacher allegedly told student to, quote, lick me where I fart.
It's not bad.
And then well, first you need to get a picture of her.
Male or female?
Female. This is the teacher.
That is so
First
aggressive. Oh shit!
There you go.
She looks like Louis C.K. with red hair.
Lick me where I fart.
She teaches 10th to 12th grade.
All right.
At Dunville Secondary School
Those kids are
in
probably all
Ontario,
saying it to each
Canada.
other, and she copied somebody.
Well, here's just a laundry list of quotes from her. Her telling a student who brought coffee to class, get that fucking thing out of here. Telling another student that he was a bloody pedophile. Telling another student, I've never said this to a student before, but fuck you.
That's great.
Telling
She's
her
awesome.
class, it's debate, not masturbate. Saying,
oh my God.
After a student offered to buy her muffins in exchange for a passing grade, you mean a bribe? I'd be able to shit for a week because of all that fiber.
She's great. Hold on, what's her name?
She told one female student that she looks like a frumpy old lady.
God, Doug.
She's great.
Believe it or not her first time getting in trouble at school.
Fuck
she get fired?
No, she's just suspended for a month without pay.
Bring her back.
Fair?
What's her name?
She's been gone for a month writing material to fucking destroy these kids.
No shit.
Jennifer Green Johnson.
Free Iaquinta and Jennifer Green Johnson. Free Iaquinta and Jennifer Green Johnson.
Where's that at?
It's in Canada. It's in
Give
Ontario.
her money. This is Tom Papa and the great Tom Papa, who I go back, I think, 25 years with. A great stand-up comic. I think we were hanging out at
probably
the
like
comic
20.
strip.
I was just texting my nephew before
That's
I came in, and he's 20. And I'm just saying hello, so I said, what's up? And I was thinking, what's up is kind of like an old guy.
Yeah.
Hello. What would you say now to an 18-year-old if you're just hitting your boy?
Sup. S-U-P. Sup.
Just sup?
It's short of sup.
Language is always changing.
I know. And it kind of kicks you out like the old lion.
Yeah.
It kicks
Well,
you out.
especially in text, because it's all about getting shorter. So, was it TTYL? It took me forever to figure that out. Talk to you later. I'm like,
Yeah.
right.
It all depends. Sometimes you say Heil Hitler, like depending if you're, it all depends on where you are.
With your Jewish
Like if you're in,
Depends who your friends are.
yeah, I mean,
Because we joke around like that.
yeah, like if you're in Germany in the 40s, you know,
Right.
and you have blonde hair and blue eyes, Heil Hitler.
And now it's just a little mustache emoji.
Now it's a mustache.
It's just a little short.
That's the
mustache.
inside. Like just if you
They
belong.
just shorten it down. It's just a little hand like this.
When they're happy, it's two
just-
walking boots.
No, I'm not saying I'm racist. I just belong to an order
Right,
that has
right.
strict membership.
Right.
No, it is weird.
It's very organized.
The lingo in general is weird,
Yeah.
and you have to be careful. Like whenever if we're in these big business meetings, I have to say certain stuff. Like I use the word dope, or I'll say
Right.
fresh or sick, or some
Yeah.
of that old school lingo. And they're like, dope.
So true. Fresh, sick.
Right.
I'm like, that's so dope.
I try and go real retro, so it seems like I'm being cool, but it's really just covering up that I don't know any of the new stuff. Like I'll say swell and groovy and neat all the time.
I love that.
Yeah.
Gee
so
whiz.
it kind of protects me.
Brian says gee whiz.
Gee whiz is
but
good.
dead
Gee whiz,
serious.
yep.
Gee whiz. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you Robin? I'm Batman. Do I look like Adam West? Gee whiz, Brendan. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I just did one yesterday where I screwed up a date to somebody. I'm like, no, you're wrong. I'm like, crab apples.
Crab apples.
That's a good one too.
You know, they become disassociated with the feelings of human interaction. It's the
Yeah.
same thing in sports, in the UFC. I won't mention name, but there's certain people, the UFC brass, where they see, you know, these gladiators fight so much they forget what's actually going on.
They're human
Right.
That's
meet.
a human being, man. He has a family. He's trying to feed his friends or family friends and all that.
Yeah.
So they become so kind of just it's
Impersonal.
normal for them.
Yeah.
And so the way they treat the guys, or even in the NFL, I remember when I was doing pro days, someone took a measurement of my the length of my hand, and it was a scout from I think the Cincinnati Bengals, and there was all these scouts there, and they're doing all these measurements, and they went from school to school, and we're their fourth school in 2 days or some shit like
Right.
that, and they're just so used to it. And they measure my hand, he goes, no, there's no way he's catching a football. Yeah, it's too small. It's 9'7". Next, and it's like,
Wow.
holy fuck!
Oh my
Wow.
God.
The fuck. I've caught probably a jagillion balls in my life. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my God.
But
Just
it's
like
literally
that.
just like you're like
You're cattle.
Wow.
You're a tool. You're a tool.
13. No, way too big. You can't be fast 13. Who else we got? It's like,
But
You're
don't
a
you
number.
think?
You're a
since
number.
I was 4, this is my dream.
Yeah.
You piece of
my whole
shit.
life.
It's literally like, who the fuck are you? But even with auditions and I've been auditions here where they're like, next.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I get it, man. I got to play the game. You got to treat me like a fucking human being. Hate
Yeah.
to tell you, I don't need this gig. I got another gig that fucking kicks ass. I'm just here because my agent sent me here.
Yeah.
Treat me like a fucking human. I'm gonna take my dick out and piss on everybody.
Yeah, you
Well,
know.
that's the thing. When you have another gig, it gives you power. And that when I started making it as a comedian, I would show up. I started like not going to the commercial auditions. And then when I would show up, if the line was too long, I just walk out. You know what I mean? I'm like,
It's
I'm
a
not
good
putting
thing.
myself through that anymore.
Yeah.
The Tebow thing was such a great example of it because people were against him from day one, just ripping him apart online, just awful. Then he reboots and does this baseball tryout. And I actually played for my daughter who's 11, who's just in gymnastics and basketball and just starting as an athlete. And I showed his press conference when he hadn't made the team yet, but he had tried out and did the whole thing. And he just gave like this, he was like, this is my dream. I had 2 dreams when I was a kid. I wanted to be a quarterback and lead my friends and win the game. And I loved hitting a baseball.
Yep.
And this is my dream. And he's just doing all the right stuff. And he gave this little couplet of, this is your dream. You got to shut everybody else out.
Purity.
Go after it. And just the purity of what he was saying. And I played it for my daughter and I could see it resonate with her. Like this was a real inspiring moment from this guy she knows nothing about.
Yeah, but
But
what
it was so-
Tim represents, you're 100% correct. I don't mean to cut you up. But Tim's thing was, I know people are going to say this is just an act. I don't care. And he goes, I've never made a decision based off what other people are going to say.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't. And he doesn't.
He's great that way.
He doesn't look at social media. He doesn't look at the news. He does not. He goes, well, I'm doing this so that you guys critique all you want over here.
Yeah.
The monkeys in the trees or the sheep, go ahead and critique the lion who was a Heisman winner, who played in the NFL, won an AFC West championship,
Yeah.
beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. What? Oh, and then now 22 teams offered him a professional baseball contract.
Yeah.
You riders over here, the Cheeto fingers, go ahead, keep critiquing. He's just going to keep doing this.
The best. That moment was just like, for me, it's like he rode the storm and he's still great. He's still better and more at peace in his own mind than anybody else. I was like, this is a great example.
Do you watch sports?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad this is a
For
number.
UFC 203.
Do you know?
I don't, but I'm gonna say because I watched it as a fan.
You watch all of them, I thought.
No, but I mean, I really wanted to see this one I want to see how he'd do, and I'm not a CM Punk. I would say that it had a huge. It was a huge boost.
Well, give us
a big money
like
number. I
so.
don't
So
know-
over $1 million would be crazy.
Oh, okay, it would. Over $1 million.
A million's like this is going in like the pantheon of UFC top
so
events.
top 10
Oh, wow.
over $1 million.
$500,000.
Wow.
It's
Go ahead. Don't tell us yet.
$750.
I'm gonna say. I will say right under $1 million. I'll say around 800, 900.
You two are about with the same distance from the right answer. It's looking like he pretty much doubled the early estimate for what it was going to do.
So what?
So we're looking at
Eight.
somewhere between 650 and 800,000.
Amazing.
Probably topping closer to the 800,000.
Wow.
Which would make it the biggest UFC pay-per-view without Rousey, McGregor, or Lesnar on it since UFC 182.
Dana White knows how to make money.
Jeez.
And take it easy, because you could put any major star on there and do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. I
Well, I'm
mean,
saying
if you had Morgan Freeman on there, you're getting 800. I mean, let's take it easy. Dano, genius. Well,
I'm going to beat you up.
well, yeah, anyone. I mean, the thing is
I'm Morgan Freeman.
he's a big deal, and we all wanted to see kind of this show from a business aspect. It obviously paid off. That's interesting, man.
Did
Morgan
you predict
Freeman.
that?
Does
Did you
this-
think that would happen or no?
Does this make it more likely that we're going to get a bunch of these more kind of
No.
borderline ridiculous fights in the future?
No, I don't think so, because I think you might see CM Punk in like 2 or 3 years try it again here, but maybe. I don't know. I think every wrestler who had the idea of fighting saw that and was like, holy shit, I'm not doing that. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't good. I applaud the guy for taking a risk and put himself out there. I'm not hating on him for that, but that's what happens, man. You got to put the time in. You
Can't just walk in and do it.
no one walked away from that. I was like, I think he could I think he could do this. Not one person. The CM Punk fan club, the president fan club was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it. Can we go back to SummerSlam?
I'm glad he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, he didn't get hurt. He's going to make bank, though, because he gets pay-per-view percentage now.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. It was worth it. And then with the UFC, but you can't run a business off that. That's like
He still can't get the new
can't do
iPhone
it.
until February.
I think you can only pull that card maybe once every 3 or 4 years. Otherwise, you got a shit show on your hands. Like who's
Yeah,
next?
it's a circus.
Who's next? Let's say The Rock wants. You know how big of a pay-per-view draw The Rock would be. Say The Rock wants to do it.
Yeah, and then it's professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Like where do you
I'm
stop?
Morgan Freeman. I will kick your ass.
Morgan Freeman fighting Dustin Hoffman.
I would pay for that.
Dustin Hoffman, Morgan Freeman, and Robert De Niro will be reffing.
I'm Morgan Freeman. It is on.
It is on.